The future generations are cooked. And I know there's going to be some people in the comments that don't want to hear this, and they'll try to defend what is inevitable. And the sad truth is that Earth and the people on it is going to continuously to get worse, and at some point it will become a hellish-like existence on Earth. There is proof of this already. I like to use this example. If you watch an old movie from like the 50s, okay? Let's say a movie It's a Wonderful Life. When you're watching this movie, everyone in the movie seems way more coherent. The ideas are way more thought-provoking, and there's way more substance and the special feeling that goes along with it. And that was only 70 years ago. 70, 80 years ago. That is a small scale compared to where we're going to get to. And people are already so much dumber. Movies are already dumber. The substance is gone. Reruns of old shit. They're trying to remake it. It's trash. Movies are going extinct. This is just a small example of it. People are getting dumber with social media. People are less coherent. They have less... There might be an awakening with some people geopolitically, but the masses are getting dumbed down. And there will be small wins, so people can say, like for the example I just said, on the political spectrum, some people are starting to wake up to certain control that's happening in Western civilization. But even with the mass awakening, that's still a small win in the grand comparison of how corrupt society is becoming, with things like kids using VR as one example I used in another video, with dietary stuff, so like, processed foods, etc. And we've been going with this for a while, and it's only going to get worse. All of these little things are going to start adding up. AI is an example with water consumption, and it's just going to fry people's brains, leading them to only want to connect with AI. A lot of people get their advice from ChatGPT. This is a small scale of what's to come. Because, in my faith, so people will correlate this to Hinduism. It's not Hinduism. I believe in a faith called Vaishnavism. The difference between my faith and Hinduism is that Hindus worship like demigods, okay? But my faith is more like Muslims, where we just worship God. We just believe in God as the source of everything. But I believe in different stuff besides Muslims. So my faith is called Vaishnavism. You won't get the full truth about it on Google. So I will be making full videos explaining it to you based on the literature I read, and I'll be providing the books as sources going forward. Within my faith, there is a cycle called Kali-Yuga. And it's also mentioned in Hinduism. But Kali-Yuga is a cycle that lasts around 500,000 years long. Roughly. I mean, it's not exactly. We are only said to be around 10,000 years into this cycle of Kali-Yuga. There's 4 cycles of life. And we are in the 4th one. And it's the Iron Age. To those people who don't know how to spell Kali-Yuga or don't even want to ever say it again, Kali-Yuga is the cycle that can be referred to as the Age of Darkness, okay? So we're only 10,000 years into this. And after the Iron Age, it will go to the Golden Age, after the 500,000 year mark. When it gets to the Golden Age, you see things get back to how people should be, and the consciousness that people should be at. So people will be thinking about God more, they'll be more coherent, they'll have better vocabulary, they'll live more appropriately for God, etc., etc. Within Kali-Yuga, we will gradually see people care less about God. They'll focus on themselves. They'll be a person that takes part in the destruction of the world and adding bad karma for their soul. And the way that this will take part will gradually be worse in ways we can't even comprehend. So people will have habits that are even worse than the ones we see now. There will be things that take over, people that take over, even worse than they are now. Murder will become more normalized. Worse things will start to happen, like, I'm not going to say the words because we're on YouTube. You get the point. Bad things will continue to happen more and more as we get to larger numbers. So, why does it matter you know this, and why should you not be hopeless throughout this? There's a few reasons. One, God has perfect timing for everything. So just because the world as a collective is not doing good, doesn't mean that there isn't a timeline that isn't benefiting certain souls. And even the souls that are bad things are happening to them on earth in this lifetime, God has a timeline that you don't understand. So souls need to learn the lesson through burning off bad karma. So they'll go through bad things and they'll realize at some point that they can't continue to do these things because it leads them to worse results. And so they're serving their bad karma within a consciousness that is a result of their past actions. So you shouldn't lament or feel bad for the people who have to go through those things in the future. You can help people on a small time scale. There will be souls that within bad time frames that can be woken up and choose to devote their life to God and bettering themselves. That's a very select few of people that actually dedicate their lives to that. The way you do that is by saving yourself. So how do you save yourself? Saving yourself would be offering your entire life to God and doing the opposite of what is known as bad in Kali-Yuga. So you see habits and forms of consumption and actions that you know are worse than others. They put you in a worse conscious state. I talked about disassociation in a previous video. They make you more disassociated. The eating habits are worse. They don't read scripture. They don't pray. They are more lustful. All of the sins you'd see in Christianity, sloth, all that. You do the opposite of that, and you learn about the actions that are pure within the things that are good. So that even though there's a good action, there's something that's actually even more pure than it. And then as you get deeper, you'll start to realize that the gradation of pure action comes from God within Vedic literature. And so within the Bhagavad Gita, books like The Revealed Truth by Srila Prabhupada, you'll start to slowly realize that there is knowledge if you look from the direct source, which would be Vedic literature, and people that have dedicated their lives to this knowledge and offering their life to God. And also within any religion that believes in God, there will be people that can progress you for the state you're at. So there's purpose in all religion. Choosing to save yourself is the only thing that truly matters, because you can't save anyone unless you save your own soul. So taking the time to read, pray, better your body, your mind, so you can offer your life to God at a pure state, is the way you truly make progress in this lifetime, not being attached to the temporary warfare that will happen to you. So there will be times that bad things happen to you and you wonder why you're going through it. And you need to not be so attached to it and offer it to God, the battle you're facing. And learn how to have a routine and discipline yourself within the bad things that are happening. And learn how to make progress and stay away from these things while they're happening. That is the only way to truly make progress and possibly help the future generations. But as a whole, the future generations cannot be helped. If you are interested in hearing more information about this, if you have any questions and you want to challenge me in the comments, that's fine. I don't really get offended. You're not really going to be able to rage bait me. I do this editing as a career, so I've seen it all. I'm curious to hear what you think and what information you'd like to hear me talk about in future videos, because I plan on doing this every day. This is kind of a follow-up to the 2006 video. And I hope that in some way this video benefited you. Please subscribe. Thank you for watching.